Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Halftime with Bizzy, and today I'm very excited to bring HexT on to the podcast today. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering what happened with the whole M80 situation. Of course, after Budapest Major concluded, it was announced that HexT wasn't going to be re-signing with M80 and his contract had expired. That was bad news for NA, so we talk about that today, and I know a lot of you guys watching are probably going to be wanting to hear about that, so there's chapters at the bottom of this video, and you can, skim through it if that's the only part you want to hear about. But we also tap into, his come up in the scene and how he found Counter-Strike and started playing. If you guys are new to the platform, we do episodes every single Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. If you guys enjoyed today's podcast, don't forget to like the video, comment down below, let me know what you think, if I could improve anywhere, and also subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a great deal. I appreciate every single person that is subbed to this channel already. But without further ado, we are going to get into today's podcast with HexT. So you guys sit back and relax. If you're driving to work, if you're at work, just keep your headphones in and enjoy today's episode, man. We'll catch you guys on the outro. No, I'm really happy that you're willing to do this, man. And it sucks about the timing with the whole announcement and everything, but
Yeah.
we'll kind of get into as much of that as we can.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I appreciate you lending me your time. I know you could probably be doing a lot more important things for yourself, but I appreciate it a ton.
No worries, man.
And,
I love doing these.
and a fellow Canadian too. We love that.
Of course.
Well, let's get into the most important question I always start off with is, how did you get into Counter-Strike and how did you eventually climb the ladder on becoming a pro player?
Yeah, so I mean, I started because I don't know if you know the YouTuber, but KYR Speedy.
Oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
The crew.
So I used to, So I used to watch them, and then eventually they started playing Counter-Strike, and I eventually just got the game, and then kept playing. But I was already like a naturally like competitive person, when I first started because I played a lot of soccer growing up.
Okay.
So there's that, and then basically I saw them having fun. I was like, well, that sounds kind of fun. And then I started playing. I think I met someone who found it who taught me what ESEA was at the time. I didn't play Face It for so long because ESEA was way more popular back then, for at least NA. So I played that for a while, or I tried to play that actually, but my computer that I had at the time, every time I tried to play ESEA, I would blue screen, so I couldn't play ESEA.
Damn.
So yeah, so that held me back for like a year or something until like the PC died, and then I got a new one, and then I was able to play ESEA. And then yeah, I mean I just did the default, play ESEA, and then just keep climbing those ranks, and then eventually got lucky and picked up by EG.
Hell yeah, man. Right on.
Yeah.
So when you started out, I know, there's typically, I feel like when people are starting to play Counter-Strike, it's not just like you just come across Counter-Strike and you decide to play it and you're just solo queue forever. Did you have any friends kind of introduce it, or was it literally just watching like the crew play?
Yeah, I literally just watched them play, and then eventually I think my friends like that I was already friends with, I think they ended up playing it, but I'm not really sure. I think I started playing grade 9, and then I guess the friends that I ended up making grade 9, they also played it, so then it kind of just went hand in hand.
Hell yeah. Right on.
Yep.
And the local scene in Manitoba, I'm kind of curious to hear about what it's like there. Did you guys have a lot of LAN tournaments? Was it more online?
We had one LAN called Baseland, and I went there like literally like 4 months after playing the game because I made friends with so I joined this team on Sivo, and then I found out that through his ESEA profile that one of the guys on the team was from like a place that's like 20 minutes away from me.
Oh.
So I was like, that's insane. I was like, and then he was a bit older, but I mean, then his name was Benny. Shout out Benny, my goat. But he basically got invited to play on like this LAN team, and it was at Comic-Con. So like there was like a Comic-Con, and then there was a little section for Baseland at the convention center here. And I was like, bro, it's insane. Like, but that was my first LAN 4 months in. I was so bad. I was like a C+ or something in ESEA. And played that. And then it's funny because I remember him talking about there was a guy there. I forgot his name, but he my friend called him like the best aimer in Winnipeg, and I was like, I was like, damn, dude, I kind of need to do that now. Like I have to overtake him. And then and then yeah, then I just kept playing, and that was gotta happen. But yeah, Baseland is the only land that I know of that we have. They kind of focus on like Valorant now, but they kind of do have CS still a little bit. It's just not as big
Okay.
because COVID kind of ruined it a bit. But fair enough.
Yeah, I mean it's another tournament partially lost to Valorant, man. We got to stop this
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
No, I just think the land scene's super awesome. Like the only land I've been to is ironically Launder's Land too. Back in what was that last was it January or February or something like that?
Last year, yeah, yeah,
It's about a year ago. And
yeah,
ironically you were on NRG then and it's crazy to see how far you've taken it since then, but that wasn't a land where everybody's playing. Like there's unfortunately a lot of problems there as we all know, but
yeah,
like just to be in that like environment, like did the energy and just like dude, it just kind of feels like a special type of way. Like a major is one thing, but a small little, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. I mean, that was fun. It was honestly unfortunate that the whole like issues happened, and then they had to like not be able to do the VRS, which is like the whole reason we're there.
Yeah.
So it just became like more of like a fun land. So I mean, it was still super fun, but
Yeah.
kind of unfortunate.
And I think Lauder's got a lot of flack for that. Like, I think a lot of it was out of his control, and he's actually talked about it too. But I hope he does another one because like that was a wicked time. That was a wicked time.
Yeah, that was really fun.
So I saw you had almost 2 years of experience going back and forth with Evil Geniuses between their main roster and their academy roster. I'm kind of curious to know a bit about your experience with traveling, not traveling, but transferring back and forth from academy to main roster to academy. Like how was that all for you?
I mean, it was interesting because they brought us out like when I first signed onto like the academy team EG Black or whatever. They brought us out to Seattle for a month to practice there
Oh,
and
okay.
see kind of like transition us into like how it would feel, and that was amazing. And then literally like we there for a month. I got home for a week. I was there home for like a week, and then I got moved up to the main team. And I was not ready whatsoever. I was so bad, and I was very surprised because like I thought I was a lot better than I was at the time, but I never truly understood the difference between like professional CS and like tier 2 NA CS. You never really understand the gap until you experience it for yourself. So that was a big difference. And then after learning from Timothy Ta and Nealon and Cirque and Vince, like Breeze, that was a great time. I learned a lot. Then they didn't see me playing on that team anymore, so I went back down with I think I was playing with uh, Junior George, Walco, and Rush. Junior George, Walco, Rush, me. Yeah, yeah, that was a team. That was a fun team to play with, honestly. Um, and then yeah, we did. I mean, I kind of like tried to teach them what I learned, but it was a little hard for me because I don't. It was hard for me to teach because they also had Rush, who obviously has hella experience as well.
Hmm.
So it was hard for me to teach that personally. But I think we ended up playing pretty well. We qualified for Australia, like Melbourne land. So played that. That was fun. First time going to Australia.
Oh yeah.
Love Australia. Um, that was sick. And then getting moved up and having the chance to play with Tim again, um, was amazing. Honestly, we almost beat G2. That was like we should have beat G2 at the what land was that? Uh Almost beat G2 at Blast. And then that was the same event that we beat Heroic at. Then that infamous EG tweet happened. Uh so that was funny. Then almost beat G2, that was fun. But yeah, I mean honestly it was crazy going back and forth, but I didn't really feel like I was going back and forth because it was always a part of EG, right?
Yeah, for sure.
So it was just kind of interesting playing with different people because I felt like even like Tim told me this himself, like he felt like that I got better after each team. Like it almost felt like that um it was hard for me to apply the things I was learning because I was getting like so much shit thrown at me all at once.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
almost like after I was on the different team, like it just like all clicked. So like every time I swapped teams, I just got better is what it felt like.
That's awesome, man. That's great.
Yeah.
And, like, do you ever in that situation, like, I feel like it's not many times that you see someone bouncing from the main to the academy roster back and forth. Obviously, I would assume at this point, this was like something that you're trying to chase. I mean, you made it that far. You want to do this as a job. You want to prove yourself as a player and establish yourself and your name. Does that ever kind of like weigh a certain way in your brain, like kind of make you feel a certain way? Like, what am I doing? I'm just kind of going in circles, or
Not really, because I was still like younger at the time. I don't know how, I was like 20 or something. So, or like 21, but I felt like that I felt young in the terms of like the space. So I felt like that no matter what, like I'd still end up back up there anyways. It was just only a matter of time.
okay, perfect. And when you were finished with EG, you ended up spending a couple years with Energy. We were just kind of briefly talking about it. And then you eventually moved to M80, which again we'll get into it in a little bit. But like I just think it's really cool, like to see how NRG has kind of bloomed, and like OC's back now with NRG. And I mean there's so much experience. The Breeze, George, who you were mentioning on EG, Nitro, OC, like all of these guys have a lot of experience. So how much would you say that being with teammates like that throughout your times with those teams, how much would you say kind of helped you and kind of paved the way for you to become who you are now?
Yeah. So I mean, I would say there's everyone has different personalities, right? Like, the way that Automatic thought about the game is not. I haven't seen another person that thinks about the game like that besides maybe a Liege, but that's just because I know what he's like
Mhm.
somewhat. So no one else is really like that, and I think I learned the most from him. So after that, it was more so like I learned more like smaller things instead of like the grand aspect of the game.
Okay.
So each person taught me different things, but no one really taught me as much as Automatic. But yeah, I think it was always great playing on NRG with former teammates because I knew what to expect. Playing with someone that you've never played with before is always a gamble. Just because you don't know if the personality is going to clash, you don't know if they have attitude issues, you don't know if they have any issues whatsoever. So it was always nice playing on Energy. I had fun.
That's awesome, man. Hell yeah. And that's the biggest part. I mean, if you like, you have to be on a team where everyone's going to get along. And, if you guys can't get along with each other, no, and I'm not saying that you guys didn't, obviously, but that's like the core to any type of team gameplay in anything, sports like hockey, basketball, whatever.
Yep.
You need to be like, you need to mesh. If you don't mesh, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to be
Yeah.
fun.
I literally completely agree. That's my like I anytime I joined a team, I always said like we have like we have to become friends. Like
Yeah.
if you aren't friends, you aren't gonna be a good team. And I remember I think this is when I was on the main team that I think Yekindar had like an interview that went out or something that said like they don't have to be friends, like it's business. But it's
Oh,
like I think that was when they were on Liquid as well, and that did not end up very well at all. You know what I'm saying? Whereas now he's on Furia, and it literally looks like everybody's enjoying themselves, and
yeah.
they're actually winning games and like winning tournaments. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I feel like it's you have to like each other. If you don't like each other, there's gonna create so many issues, and then bad things will happen.
For sure. I mean, obviously people are here to get paid, but at the same time, if you're just showing up for that paycheck and you're not really putting your heart and soul into it, I it, it's just natural, man. It's just going to be
Yep,
problems. It's just how it
I agree.
goes.
Yep.
So then July 2025, sorry, comes along and you join M80, which turned out to be a great spot for you. And I think you showed a lot of heart as a player, and you've definitely, you and all of M80, like everybody, I think you guys really proved a lot in 2025. Really, really cool stuff, and repping NA to the fullest, which has been really awesome. I kind of wanted to pick your brain a little bit about M80. Do you have any stories about your time there with the team and, traveling the world and stuff? Do you have any funny stories or cool stories to share?
Funny stories. Let me think. I don't know if we had any like funny stories, but it was just more so like the entire like time was like super fun. That's the one thing about that team that I think what made us decent was everybody like got along so well. Like that was the best chemistry I think I've ever had on any team that I've played with, like overall. And I mean, we made playoffs at our first event essentially at London, which is crazy. First ever S tier event playoffs. Playing in front of like a crowd that size was insane. Um, So that was insane. Yeah, I mean the only story that I have, not really related to anyone, but it was when I was on that team. In Atlanta, I left my watch that I just bought. I left it. I didn't realize I left it, but I left it on the bed in my hotel room, and I had the single room, so I got lucky with that. But I left it on my bed, and I was like, after the game was done, I looked at my bag, I was like, wait, where the fuck is my watch? I was tweaking, dude. I called my mom. I was like, dude, mom, if it's not there, I don't know what to do. Like, it's over. I'm cooked. And I got to my room. The bed was made. I looked for my watch. I found it. I was like, holy shit. If my watch wasn't there, the amount of relief I felt was insane.
Oh yeah, that's
Insane.
crazy.
Yeah, it was actually insane.
And this is super off topic. I probably should have asked this earlier, but I love to just kind of hear this story because we're within the same age. I'm 26. We're within the same age range.
Yep.
I remember when I got into Counter Strike in like 2015, telling my parents about the whole case opening shit, and like, oh, this is Dragon Lore, this is how much it costs, and there's pro Counter Strike, and you can go to arenas and watch it and stuff. And they don't understand, it's just a different
Yeah.
generation. So, as you being the pro player, I always love to hear this story. How did you break this down to your parents, and how did they must have thought you were probably crazy? What are you talking about? You're just playing a video game.
Yeah, I mean, they didn't really like understand fully until the EG like signing happened. Because before, like, I was making like 300 a month on like RBG or something at the time. So it wasn't a lot, but they, I mean, for me, it was like, I'm getting paid to do this. It's kind of crazy, even though it's not much. So, and obviously, them coming from regular jobs, you make way more money doing literally anything. And I think I was like 18 at the time. And I graduated high school already, and I was like, I kind of just thought that I'm gonna do this no matter what type situation. Um, so I really didn't really see another option for me at the time. And then my dad eventually like was like telling me like you have to go to school now. And
Ah, no.
I was like, all right, dude, fine. Like after some back and forth, I eventually like I did go to school for like literally a week. It was during COVID though. It was literally a week. Like I applied, got in or whatever. Applied for student aid, got the student aid, but I didn't like that. I literally went. I was in and out so fast. The student aid didn't even hit my account.
Holy
Like,
fuck.
dude, it was funny because I literally dropped out before like a fucking Philadelphia. If you want to call it dropping out, I basically just didn't even go because it was a week.
You just sign me
But
up for the class. I will hopefully be there at 9 a.m. on
yeah,
Monday.
I literally like my classes started a week before frag, and then I had to travel for frag, and I was like, so I literally wasn't going to those classes during the weekend or whatever, I literally was already missing school, so I was like, fuck it, dude. And then so I didn't do that, and then literally like I forgot when I actually ended up what class or when I actually did go to the school, but I might have been like 6 months later is when the EG signing happened.
Oh, okay.
So it was within 6 months for sure. So it's like if I maybe kept going to school, I don't know, maybe I wouldn't have signed to EG. Who knows? Maybe I would have kept not playing CS.
Dude, it's
Who knows?
crazy. And life moves so fast sometimes, especially when you least expect it. So, like, who's to say
Yeah,
that would have, that could have happened? Like, that's crazy.
yeah, it's crazy to think about.
Wild stuff, man. And the Budapest major, to get back on track. Sorry, I should have asked that earlier, but I mean, you guys left a lot of head spinning. I mean, to come out the gate swinging like that, you guys were just on fire. 3-0 in stage 1, stage 2, not really going how obviously things were planned, but like you guys, it wasn't like you guys were getting 13-0. Like you guys were still kicking ass. I think it was really awesome. And, with this now being your second major appearance within a 3-year gap, first of all, I kind of want to know what it's like playing in a major. I've talked to a couple of major players before, people who played in majors, and I just think it's really cool to hear about, personal experiences.
Yeah, I would say it's different per major, just because like for example the Austin one, you weren't playing in front of a crowd at all, unless you were made playoffs.
Mhm.
Whereas the Rio major and the Budapest major, which I think were the only majors that you played. Oh no, and Shanghai, I guess I didn't go to that one though. But the Rio major, my first one, literally played in front of a crowd like pretty instantly. So I think just being in the arena as a whole is insane. Like because the first game was in the backstage, but you're just backstage behind a curtain, right? So you still hear everything.
Yeah.
So when Fury was playing during that major, that was you literally couldn't hear shit. You had noise canceling headphones on, noise canceling in ears, but you still couldn't hear anything. Like it was insane how loud that
Wow.
was. It was the loudest I've ever like. I literally entered the arena as Fury was playing, couldn't hear anything. It was so fucking crazy. Um,
Wow.
yeah, so that was insane. But the Budapest one was, I mean, you didn't really see too much of the crowd until like end of stage 2, stage 3. Um, but it was still nice, like meeting fans, and having to play in front of those people, like on the stage. So that's always fun. Playing on stage is so fun. It's nothing remotely similar to online or like in a studio.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And the thing I think about is like if I'm you and I'm playing in a major and you just like look up above your monitor and you just see the people there, like do you learn to cancel any type of outside anything out of your brain, or is that like a type of pressure that you feel?
Like for example, on the like the Blast London stage, like I didn't feel any nerves whatsoever. I don't know what it was,
Damn.
but from the way I'm sitting, like my monitor, like I don't look over my monitor, so I can't really see people anyways.
Okay.
So it helps you like lock in a little bit. Um, but yeah, like you can tell when like shit's going down. Like if it's like a clutch or something, or you might get knifed, like the crowd starts going crazy, that's happening. That's why anytime you see the crowd going crazy, you see people turn around because you can still hear it.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, but yeah.
Awesome. And without revealing any secrets, of course, can you tell me a bit about maybe how M80 kind of looked into like, okay, this is how we're gonna start planning to start off the major? Like what were you guys kind of preparing to bring to Budapest, if you can say anything? I'm not sure how confidential it is.
I mean, I'm not on the team anymore, so it doesn't matter. But before we actually had a bad boot camp, but it was like the only day it was decent was the last day.
Oh,
So but Rory, like Def, he was saying that every time he's had a good boot camp, he's had a bad tournament, and anytime he's had a bad boot camp, he's had a good tournament. So, and I was like, all right, say less. And then we literally started shooting day one, and I was like, oh shit, we're back. Like
crazy.
it's almost similar to what happened to me. I was in a slump before the Austin major, and then at the Austin major, I started playing good again. Um, so it was very, very interesting how that happened. But in terms of prep, like we kind of just focused on our bad maps first. So maybe that's why we were playing bad in the boot camp, because we focused on our bad maps up until like the last like 2 days, and then we started playing our good maps again.
Okay.
So yeah, so we kind of just focused on our bad maps really. Nothing really too particular though.
And then you fucked your own pick'ems, as you said.
Dude, I was like, okay, we're gonna lose like one shitty BO1, and then or like maybe like one BO3. So I was like, okay, put us like 3-1. And then as soon as NRG beat FaZe and we were playing NRG in the 2-0, I was like, wait a minute, I fucked us. Yeah, it's kind of annoying.
Oh
Now
man.
I'm a silver coin believer, unfortunately.
Oh, dude, it was so rough. I swear, there's nothing harder than trying to do pick'ems correctly and try to get a gold coin, let alone the diamond.
Yeah. Yeah,
Crazy.
like I swear, like the past like 4 years or like 3 years, like it got so much harder. Because before it was, I swear to God, everyone's getting diamond coins. Like
Yeah.
2022 prior, everyone's getting diamond coins. Now it's fucking, I don't know, bro. I've been like gold and silver the last like 3 years. It's unbelievable.
And when it comes to like the map pool, like obviously the cash hopium is kicking up fully. We see a lot of Dust 2 Mirage Inferno. We don't really see a lot of Overpass, don't see a lot of Train. Cash is rumored to be coming back, and I think it's fair to assume that if Cash comes back to Counter-Strike, it'll re-enter the map pool. What maps are you taking out of the map pool, and what maps are you leaving in the map pool if you were Valve?
Dude, Mirage has been in there for way, way too long. But the thing is, every single person plays it.
Yeah.
Like it's the most played in pugs. It's up there in matches. Everybody loves it, so it's kind of hard to take that out.
Mm-hmm.
But what would be genius if they were already reskinning the map or like changing the map and then they just replace it instantly. You know what I'm saying? I don't know why they don't do that.
Yeah.
Because it's kind of like changing the map in and of itself. Like if they remove shit, add shit, do whatever, like the map's completely different. So it's kind of like adding a new map to the map pool.
Mm-hmm.
But if I had to just like take one, remove one type beat, I kind of miss Vertigo,
Okay.
but I don't really miss Anubis. Fuck Anubis. If
Damn.
they like
Okay.
had like old Cobble That'd be insane.
Before
But
2018's Halloween update, please.
yeah. I mean, cash is not bad either. But if I had to choose one, because I can't just be like old cash, because it's like it's new cash now, so I can't
Yeah.
like change the map. Um, I would say probably cash, man. Just throw that in there if I can throw it in there for. Honestly, don't like nuke that much, but
What?
I'm not a nuke. Not a.
Hey, we back?
Okay, kicked my cord. You gotta wait for my camera to turn on. I'll unplug it. Yeah, my mom kind of fucking. We got like essentially like it's like an outlet, but it has like multiple outlets on it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, like the block that you plug into the outlet?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, those could be
And
finicky.
my power strip, it's kind of old, so it kind of just would turn off my PC if I kick it a certain
Oh,
way.
yeah.
So
I thought Valve
gotta
was
get something else for
DDoSing
that.
us.
Dude, I'm talking about the maps and shit. They're like, I don't like what you're talking about.
Yeah, click.
Okay, so back to the answer. I'd probably just add cash in for like, just take out Mirage, man. I want them to reskin that so bad or change it somehow, or even
Yeah.
Inferno. Honestly, no, take out Inferno. I'll keep Mirage in, man. I gotta keep Mirage in. And
Okay.
Inferno, even though they like reskinned it, bro. If they added like when they were like took out Inferno and people in the community were talking about like what they would do, and they had some like fucking alternate entrance to B site, like that shit was kind of sick.
Oh, yeah.
Like I'd love to see that shit.
Yeah, for sure. And, I don't know, man. Especially Inferno. I loved Inferno in Counter-Strike Global Offensive. I don't know what it is, CS2. It doesn't hit the same. It just does not hit the same.
Yeah, as a pit anchor, dude, it was way more fun in CS:GO with the smokes and everything and how pit was, but now it's like it's a lot harder for sure.
Yeah. So the biggest topic of today, and I want to just make it clear right now, I'm not trying to I'm not prying at anything that you can't talk about, only whatever you can talk about. But the whole M80 situation, your contract had expired, and it was announced that you wouldn't be re-signing to M80, which blew me the fuck away. And as we all saw on Twitter and Reddit, it blew a lot of people away, and I don't think anybody was expecting that. I think you guys as a team, you showed a lot of growth in 2025. And I think, with the next coming years, like even just the next few tournaments, like to just continue that, I think there's been a lot of growth already. And I think we would have continued seeing the same, similar to Mongols too. Randomly removed Senzu that day. It was like, what the hell? I don't know. It's just one of those weird scenarios where it's like from the outsider looking in, it's just like time is all this team needs. And I think we'll see some trophies get lifted, especially for NA. We need it. So what exactly happened?
So I don't know if I'm allowed to say it, but also I'm not signed to anything, so I don't see why I wouldn't be allowed to say it. You know what I'm saying? So all I'll say is it was a management decision.
Oh.
So when I was told from 3 out of the 4 players, one player has a message me. I'm not gonna say who, but I'm just gonna say 3 out of the 4 players told me they had no idea that it was happening. So I mean, nothing really I can do about that. I would have much rather them just like actually agree that it was better this way, but
Just be
they
upfront.
did. Yeah, but they said they had no idea. There's a reason for me not to believe them. So, yeah. So that was pretty interesting. I was in LA visiting my girlfriend when that happened, and then I felt it was coming for some reason. I just had a feeling. Yeah, I don't know. It's just like I don't know. I have the fucking spider sense in my fucking stomach, dude. I just felt it. I don't know why.
Wow.
But yeah, so that happened. That was pretty annoying though, because I was like, chemistry wise, I feel like this was the best team I've been a part of. And then we make playoffs to do well at the major, furthest I've ever gotten in the major. So I was looking forward to next year for sure, but
Damn,
unfortunate.
And a shitty time of the year too. I mean, kind of right around the holiday time, and you get to finally kick back and relax in your own apartment or your own house or whatever the case may be. And
Yeah.
it's like, you guys are go all year long. You're just traveling everywhere. I got so much respect for all pro players and management, everything involved with professional esports. Like, that's a lot of like people on Twitter were saying, like, I think it was Maui Snake was saying he spent like 250 days of 2025 away from his house. That's crazy.
Because I moved in this apartment like August, like early August, and then I was in this apartment for like 3 weeks. Then I left for like a month and a half. Then I came back for another 3 weeks, and then I was gone for 2 months.
Fuck.
So it's like I literally have been gone longer than I've been in this apartment.
Wow.
So it's pretty criminal. I'm literally paying rent for no reason essentially, but it's like a storage space for my stuff.
And it's
But
like, you guys, you got to adapt the time change. You're traveling to countries you've probably never even been to before. And, it's just the whole aspect of life is just completely flipped. Like it's crazy.
yeah, yeah, especially living in Winnipeg, like because I don't have a major airport, I have to fly to like Toronto first before I travel to Europe. So
What?
my travel days are always like 18 hours, like every time. So it's
Oh,
pretty
fuck.
rough every time.
And Pearson's a zoo, man. Pearson sucks.
It's not great. I hate it.
So, with especially due to the circumstances that, everything happened with M80, like, does that, it seems like you got a good head on your shoulders, especially with the whole EG thing transferring back and forth from academy to the main roster. With something like this is a lot bigger, obviously. How does this weigh on your shoulders? Does this kind of affect you in a certain way, or you have hopes for the future? I'm sure you'll
I
do.
mean, I definitely have I have offers, so it's like it's not even like the worst thing, but I'm just like waiting till like probably the end of January to decide. But I think knowing that when I joined that I felt like I made the team better as a whole, right? Not saying that just for me, because the 4 players on that team were already like good as is, like they're pretty really good. But I think what I bring to a team is something they needed, and you can definitely tell by the results that it was a lot better. And everyone enjoyed playing, obviously. So I think I could bring a lot of things to any team. So I know that I'll be fine no matter what. So I'm not really too worried about it.
For
Just
sure.
more so like annoyed of how it happened.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like it's just an industry thing. You hear about it in like the music industry. Sometimes shit's just like it doesn't make sense, but it happens. And I don't know, man. It's just unfortunate. I really think that you and the rest of M80 as a whole, like not individually picking people out, you guys as a core team, I thought was fucking bang on. I thought in 2026, I thought we would have seen some crazy shit. So it's unfortunate that happened, man. I'm sorry they had to experience that.
All good, man. It's life.
That's life, man. 2026 is here, and most times people like to start with a fresh start. Um, you know, do you think long term you're going to continue doing Counter Strike? Like this isn't the end of the road for you. This is just a little roadblock in the path.
Yeah, I mean, I would like to obviously keep playing as long as I can. Um, I think I do have the personality for like a desk or something. But I don't know if that's something I'd do, you know what I'm saying? If the offer ever came around, then I'd be down to try it. But there was also no reason for like any like blast or anything just to be like, yo, come hop on
Yo,
the desk.
Hext.
Zero experience whatsoever. Yo, come hop on, dude. So I mean, yeah, I'd be open to try it, but there's no reason for them to do that. But after CS, I have no idea. That's like a later time for me to decide.
Okay.
Type beat.
And like the future's never promised for anyone. We don't know what's happening in the future. How do you ever set like I don't know what your future goals are, but do you ever have like a certain type of like okay by 2035 or something I'm done with Counter Strike? Do you have goals like that, or is it more like short term in the moment goals for you in your career?
To be honest, I don't really think of it as goals. Like I kind of just um honestly just live in a sense. You know what I'm saying? Uh, I kind of just use CS as almost like a savings plan, because it's better than what anything I could be doing at this moment. So I obviously will know that I can't play CS forever, unfortunately, unless I do become like that desk person.
Hmm.
Um, but yeah, so I'm kind of choosing it like more like a savings plan for now. And then eventually I know I'll have to go to school or do something. So
Okay. And I always like I don't know. I'm the type of guy where I've always watched interviews growing up. I love to know about people, and you always see someone on a screen or at a tournament or like a sports player or something. I'm the type of guy that's always like I'd love to know stuff about the person personally. Is there anything about you that the fans watching this would find interesting about you that they might not know already? You have any cool little Easter eggs?
Hmm. To be honest, man, there's not much. Like I literally when I'm actually at home, I have the same routine. I do the same things every day pretty much. I'm a creature of habit, so I don't really like to steer off of that. So in terms of like I don't really play other games. I try to, but there's not really other games that like suit me because you play FPSs so much. I mean, I go to the gym, but there's not really like an Easter egg, Nothing like that's so exciting.
Normal type of lifestyle.
Yeah, yeah. So there's really not much, nothing crazy about me, to be honest with you.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, that was the last question I had for you. So for the outro of the podcast, I kind of do it the same with every guest. I like to shine the spotlight over to the guest, and if there's any type of shout out, any type of message, any type of anything that you think the fans should know or expect from you for 2026, floor is yours. Have at her.
Yeah, I mean, thank you for everyone who's supported me in my career so far. I mean, it's been great. I feel like I've had a lot of good people around me, like my friends. They've been, helping me through the process of being unemployed. So that's been nice. Uh, I'd shout out my girlfriend, my friend Kevin, Ricky, of course, OC, and Allie. Those are like my close circle of friends that I've been with pretty much my entire like career, I guess. So yeah, it's been great keeping them around and keeping me company.
And there you guys have it. That is today's podcast. Hex was an absolutely amazing guest to have on the platform. I hope we get him back on in the future. Hopefully with some good news with the new team that he signed to, and maybe some trophy lifts in the future, some MVP medals. I could see it happening. Like I said in the beginning of the podcast, if you guys enjoyed today's podcast, please don't forget to like the video, comment your thoughts down below, and subscribe to the channel to stay updated for more. We will catch you guys next Friday at 12 p.m. Eastern. I hope you guys have a great rest of your Friday and a great weekend too. Till next time, everybody.